Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
This we will discuss today. Request of quotation. We'll discuss things now today configuration and how we need to create the request for quotations. I'm just going to the configuration part. It is also similar to the P, how it can be, like SBR reference IMG to material management purchasing. Request for quotation. And this request for quotations can be done in two ways. One you can do in the S/4HANA system and other one you can directly do in the Ariba. Ariba is one of the tool which can be purchased by the SAP and now you have the some part of integration. If business they want to create the request for quotations in the Ariba, then they can use Ariba also. Just we need to go further, define our document type. Here the Senate is AN. RN is a standard document type. Select this one copy. And just to create FNN. F again this one. Click on enter and save. We're done. And you can see this is item intervals. Generally the item intervals will be 10, 20 and 30. And if you see the number range intervals, this item interval is 10, 20, 30. And if you want 1, 2, 3, you can see it 1, 2, 3. And the number ranges you can maintain. You can make it as an internal number range or external number range. And you can see the field selections. As of now, I'll define the document type, which can be FNN. Now we'll define the number ranges. Define number ranges. Click on the intervals. And you can see which intervals is empty. This some intervals is empty. I can use this one. I'll make it as a F. Select this one, click on enter and click on save. F and document type is created. Come back. And the next is go to define document types. What is that one? Click on enter. What is the document type here? Internal number ranges are fine. We need to maintain as a fun. Click on save. This is the number range definition is done. Then we need to define the screen layout. What is the importance of that screen layout? You can see all the details in one screen. Which field you want to make it as a mandatory or optional entry in the screens. That can be done by using the screen. The standard screen layout is A and E, and if you want, you can create a new screen code as something even different. There's no restriction about that one. F8 under click on Save. And I define. And once you select this one, click on the Go to Details and you can see which field you want to make it as a mandatory or optional entry. That you can see it over here. This you can see it as mandatory. I'll make it save. And same thing you can assign to the document type. What is your document type? In. And this can be assigned to screen fields. What is the screen field? Then click on Save. Here's the configuration for this RFQ. Then we need to define the text. Go to Details. Here, if you want to details text, you want to define different copy rules. Now coming down. Here's something. Is empty. Select this one. Click on a copy as. Select the enter button. And you maintain for something. Click on it at that level. It can be done at a level and define text at item class level. Here also you can define. Before the GST. Now I define the two texture over here. Then we will see once we creating the request. Now we will see how we need to create the RFQ. How we create the Rangachan Port Me for one. What is my document type? And what is the request for protection? Start data and end data. I am making as a this one, and what is our organization? The purchasing group. What is the point of that? Something. Something. These are the requests for protection. Start data and deadline data once you send the request for protection to the supplier. And what is the deadline to supply this material? Click on enter. And you can select the material. What is the report for material list M60? Land is for 1. Click on execute. Select control. Click on enter. Enter, and this is all. And enter how much partitions you require. And what is the delivery date? Delivery date always after the quotation deadline data. Select this item. Go to the sub-paradise. Now we select the quotation, and this quotation we need to send to the home supplier. Visit. Parallelly, I'm creating and sending this to the supplier 3721. I'll maintain and click on Save. Whatever the number we maintain, for that number, it got created. And now we'll try to save. Click on Enter. It's only 1201. This too got created. Now I created the RFQs. Then what you need to do if you want to change the RFQ, you can change it like ME4 too. Any corrections, if you want to do, you can change it. I just wanted to show these details and what is a header data. Header data contains generally request when it is created, language, what is the internal and what is the particular quotation, deadline date. Here the text is there. Details an item. Here, whatever the text, you can write it here and you can go up and down. Whatever the text you want. This is how we can view the change RFQ. Next is this can be done at a display level. 7. And this is about display RFQ. Here just you have the display access for your RFQs, not change access. Now, once you've done all the RFQ creation is done and you send RFQ quotations to the supplier. Now what supplier did? Supplier maintained the quotations and sent back to you. That quotation value you need to maintain in your system. Suppose, for example, per quantity I'm maintaining as a total. This one. What is the condition? Is under 2. I'm maintaining. Go back. Now RFQ got created and changed. For this quotation that is given, the value is, if you other went to PC given, come back and see. Now we have the vendors already maintained the quotation that we maintain in our quotations. Now we need to compare that quotation. How we compare ME49? If you know the quotation number, you can maintain. If you know the material number, you can maintain. Or if you have the collective number, by that difference also you can compare the quotations. In my case, I don't know. Like I forgot my vendors who are there. But I know the material for my needles and the material. This got maintained. Check. Meanwhile, this one and include this, all those things and keep on it. It is asking. And there's a quotation number 12. Now you can see system automatically giving the ranking. The vendor who maintains a quotation value is 11 rupees. For me, he gave them in system given a rank as the first time of the rank. You can see other guys in secondary. Here depends on your list like which vendor you want to select and which vendor you want to reject. For example, you want to reject same product, different vendors. Now, generally what happens is the request reputations to the vendor. Vendor reputations too. That all details we are maintaining in the quotation. If you want to reject it, you can reject the indicator. Click on this. I know you want to upload this window. This one. This. Go to the item details. There is a update button is there. You just update it. Update it with or without a plan. This is like how we are creating or maintaining the request for quotation. This is the way like how we create the quotations and how you change and maintain. And the company. Once it is done, like which tables, you can see the quotations. Flash and 16. Quote code. What is your document type? Keep on executing. Here automatically, you can see two quotations like the quotation number. This one, and when it is created, who created, what date and time it got. Created that already else. You can check in the request for quotations. There is a two tables for the request for quotations. You can check it here. Now you can see all the transactions we've done like a creation, change and display. And quotation, maintenance and quotation comparison. As of now, what we did, we create the quotation. But now we'll see, we create the quotation with reference to PR as well. Like how you can see my phone. Then again you can give the same details here. Just to maintain the quotation deadline and create the quotations with reference to the some already existing quotation. For that you need to create some quotations. How to create a PR? You need to create the PR. How you create if it one? Anything is fine. Just type this one. Plant is for . Plant is 1. I created a PR. Our number is 1 4 times 0 469. $469. Next is reference is already P, R, and then I have got a slip on the handle. I'm clicking on this reference to copy. Just remove. Click on enter. On front we have 2 zeros. It's not working, but it should create a what we'll do is just plant. That's the one. Now it got created. Just select this button. Here what you're doing, you're creating the RFQ with reference to P, R. Here, you're especially not required to enter all the details here. What you're doing is you're creating the RFQ with reference to P, R, whatever it contains. Like generally, the PR contains. All details can be copied to the All details can be flown to the RFQ directly without having any intermediates. Select this instance. Click on the adapter. Click on. Click on enter. Automatically, all the details will be copied over here. If you select this cap is header details. This is the header details. You can see whatever the item material, short text and material. What is the potential deadline date and what is the delivery date? When is the delivery date? Delivery date always greater than the potential deadline date. This is the potential deadline date. After that only you need to make it the delivery date after the potential deadline date. And you can see the header data. Just click on this, and if you want to see the item details, then you need to select this one. And if you want to see the additional data, you need to select this one. If you want to see the delivery address, generally, what is meant by delivery address? PR8, they should tell you. No plant address. Whatever the plant details is maintained in our configuration. Here we enter now that same details will be updated over here. And if you want to see the delivery schedule, like when, what time, what date it can become. These details you can see in the delivery schedule. Hit this button. Click on the supplier. We need to assign the supplier over here. Just assign. Click on save. One supplier is created and second supplier is we need to assign, and if you cancel, now two suppliers we maintain. This is how we can create the request for quotations with respect to the PR. Same thing, you can also create a request for quotations with reference to RFQ also. You just to maintain the quotation deadline date. Click on a copy button. And you enter one. If you know the number, you can directly enter. For the content and just concepts. Just keep on the button and you enter the RFQ details. Just copy and select this one. Select the adoption details. And just to maintain, go to header data. Already window. Also, it is copied. Once you create the request with quotations with reference to the RFQs, click on this. This is like how we can create the RFQs with reference to PR, with reference to RFQ also. We can create the RFQs. 3 ways we can create. 4 ways. You can create the general RFQ. And with reference to RFQ, with reference to P, and with reference to contract also, you can create the RFQ. /any. Here you can see. With reference to RFQ, you can create. With reference to P, you can create. With reference to outline agreement also, you can create the RFQ. These are the 4 ways you can create the RFQs. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.